welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. And how are you today? Obviously, I'm not in my kitchen, I'm not in my house. This is a clover field that we happen to have this year that we just started haying. And honestly, I wasn't even sure if we were going to be able to hay this year for various reasons I'm not getting into. But anyways, we owe a big thanks to a few people who pulled some strings and did some things, and we are finally haying. It's awesome. Don't tell my husband that because I love farming. I love the animals, but you know, I hate the politics and the crap that comes with it. So there is that. But I just want to tell you a little story about this clover field that we have going on. So we usually plant millet, right? We have pasture, hay fields, alfalfa fields, and then we plant a couple of fields of millet just because we used to have cattle and they loved the millet. And so last year my husband didn't have enough millet seed, so he ordered millet seed and, you know, did the thing, you know, and it finally came in, and he said he noticed it was a little bit odd, a little bit different than the other one, but he was like, I just thought it was this other type of millet compared to the millet we had. So just because the other seed was old, he mixed it together and proceeded to seed. And the millet fields looked like crap last year, like total crap. I don't think I told you the story, but anyway, they did. They looked like total crap last year, and he was really upset, and you know, they were what they were, right? Well, this year when we came back from Wyoming, you know, we were driving home and I'm looking at all this yellow. This is, okay, what is all that sweet clover doing in your field? Like, that is not a weed. It's like, how did that get in there? And he's like, I don't know. And then he started thinking, and he's like, oh my gosh. He's like, they gave me the wrong seed. He's like, millet kind of looks like the sweet clover seed. I don't know, so if he's wrong, don't quote me. But he's like, they gave me the wrong seed. No wonder it didn't come up last year. It takes a 2-year cycle. And so now we have two beautiful fields of clover, sweet clover. I just love the clover. So sweet clover is actually called, I forgot to write it down. It's called millet, something like that, okay? It's not really a clover. It looks more like an alfalfa type of, you know, because it kind of vines up like the alfalfa plant does. I don't know. To me, alfalfa looks more like a clover than the clover, a sweet clover. But anyway, we are haying. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. And we are not doing Tonya's Witchy Kitchen Tea Time. We are not doing Life with Spice. We're doing a special episode. I'm listening for the tractor, guys. And my grandson, who's running behind me, if you've seen him, it's so tall. Special episode all on alfalfa. I just love alfalfa. I'll tell you all the reasons why. 3 things. Dream big. Be true to you. You are worth it. Let's go check out this video on alfalfa. My grandson decided we have to play outside some more. It's hot, but that's okay. He's playing and I'm working. It works out. Okay, so alfalfa is called Medicago sativa. I'll put the word up there. Pronunciation pending, because I can't say these words. We usually use the leaves and the seeds, but I'm going to tell you, the flower tops are excellent. It's a perennial and it's clover-like. Told you it was. I'm going to start sweating here. It's hot today. It's part of the pea family. Alfalfa, in translation, means father of all foods, and it dates back 6,000 years ago. One thing I found really interesting, and I'll link the article below, was that it takes a special type of bee to pollinate the alfalfa. Not that a honeybee can't do it, but eventually they get smart and they won't do it, or they'll do it from the side and they won't actually pollinate with it. It has to do with part of the way the flower is. It bops them on the head. It literally bops them on the head. See? and my son's haying. So I just had to show you that. It's just fun, and my sons love to bale because then they like to see how far that bale will roll. Bale bowling at its finest. Yeah, but so this bee, it gets bopped on the head by the flower petals, and so it gets smart and it doesn't want to do it. But there is a special bee that actually does pollinate the alfalfa. I find things with bees fascinating. So the root system of the alfalfa plant can go 60 feet underground, and that's how it is able to absorb so many minerals that are not on the surface level of the soil. For digestive health, it contains prebiotics and digestive enzymes. I will put the word for the prebiotics. I'm not even going to try to say that one. My grandson is now jumping across the few bales we have left. These prebiotic compounds with the digestive enzymes help with the good bacteria in the gut and help lower the bad bacteria. Also, you know, candida is one of those bad bacteria that people have so much of and they don't even realize. So, yeah, you're going to have to excuse my hair. I should have put it in a ponytail today. It helps lower bad cholesterol, blood sugar management, and symptoms of menopause. I thought it was highly interesting. Other possible benefits is detox the urinary tract, alkaline the body. With manganese, helps regulate blood sugar levels, supports the pituitary gland. Huge, high in antioxidants, vitamin K, copper, folate, magnesium, potassium, low in calories, and high in energy. Maybe this is what I need, you guys. High in energy. Potassium is an interesting thing because it helps with your blood pressure, kidney stones, prevents strokes, nerve function, muscle contractions, including the heart, and helps regulate water in the body. Swelling from water retention. Yeah, I should have ate a lot more alfalfa this summer. Traditional Chinese medicine, the leaves help stimulate the appetite and give ulcer relief. In Indian Ayurvedic, I can never say this word, Ayurvedic medicine, helps with water retention, arthritis, and ulcers. I cannot read. Look at this. I can't even read outside, you guys. Oh, if I could only just take a picture of my grandson right now. It's hilarious. Sprouting seeds, if you're going to sprout seeds, it's great in sandwiches, on salads, basically raw, however you want to eat it raw. You can saute the sprouted seeds for 2 minutes max in the oven. You don't saute in the oven, you roast in the oven. You can saute at the end of a meal and put them on. Great in soups, stir fries. If you're going to add them as they are, add them the last 30 seconds or so. They don't really need much to cook. If you're using the powder can be ingested as capsules. You can put it in shakes and smoothies and anywhere else you would add a powder. If you really want to scare your children, put it in the brownies. The flower heads, I'm going to tell you about the flower heads. So my mom told me long time ago that they used to eat the flower heads. And so I started doing this, especially as we've got such beautiful colored alfalfa. And I will show this. Hopefully I'm doing a reel of it while I'm talking here. I wanted to put the beautiful pictures on the side. But they taste like peas. The tops of the flower heads taste like fresh peas. I kid you not. I had my grandson try it. He thought it was weird. The texture was kind of funny, but he's like, you're eating a fresh pea with this, you know, different texture. But they're really great. You can actually saute those in a little bit of butter like you do other flowers, or it's a special flower, I can't remember what it is. But it's so good, like really so good, but not something you want to do constantly, right? But today, the little video we're doing is all about sprouting seeds, and we're sprouting alfalfa seeds. And the nutritional benefits in the seed is like 60 times more than eating the plant itself. So we have radishes and broccoli seeds also mixed in this mix. And so if you consider a head of broccoli versus this little amount of broccoli sprouted seeds, that the nutritional value is that much different and that huge in those little seeds. They're just potent superheroes of nutrition and just packed full of power. So I hope you can join me in the kitchen. Let's go check out how to sprout these seeds. These are the little buds I like to pick. That's what I'm talking about, the flower buds. You just walk along and you can pick them up. Aren't they so pretty? And you just eat them. Okay, to sprouting the seeds. This is more of a, takes about 3 to 5 days. Here's my salad mix. You want to make sure that you buy seeds that are for sprouting, specifically. Don't just go buy a bag of seeds at the, local Fleet Farm. I'm just doing 1 tablespoon here. I can easily do 2 tablespoons and fit in this quart jar at the end of my, 3 to 5 days. You want to fill the jar up with water. Don't ask me why I was gonna go. You don't rinse them the first time. The first time you just fill them up with water and make sure the seeds are good and covered, which it's not hard to do because they're not going to, expand. And you just set them aside, okay? Give them a swirl, but set them aside for 24 to 36 hours, okay? Just leave them soak. And then after that 24 to 36 hours, you are going to strain off the water that you put in there. And that's why these covers are nice. You can do this if you have a very fine strainer. You can do this with a regular lid, you know what I'm saying? And then, but it's really, those seeds are really tiny, so it has to be a very, very fine strainer, and you don't want to plug it up. And so I ended up, buying these lids. They're great. Okay. And you just strain it out. Make sure you shake the water off really good. You can let it sit there for a little bit. And then what I do is I roll the seeds around. I give them room in the jar. Okay. See, give them room. And then there's these special bottle props you can buy for this. I don't have one, so I just kind of prop it in a bowl, and I'll show you. Where's my little cheat? Huh? It's just a towel. I just wrap up a towel really tight, and then I get it at a better angle so it drains. Anything will drain off in the jar. So after your first drain, you are going to do the rinse and strain twice a day. Okay? Strain off the water, put some new water in there, rinse it out, and strain it out. And pretty soon, it doesn't take long, and you will see those seeds start to sprout. It's really kind of cool how quickly it all happens. It's almost like you can watch it happen. But you want to make sure that you are not putting them in direct sunlight. You want to keep them, in a sunny location. I just leave mine on my counter, but not in direct sunlight, and not in a cold place either. If your house is super cold, I don't know how well they will sprout. You know what I'm saying? So you keep doing this until you get to the sprouts to where you want them to be. Mine get pretty thick. Now, if you don't like the little hulls, the parts of the seed on there, which I don't like a lot of them, I don't care if I have some. Some people, there's different ways to do this. Some people just fill the jar with water and clean off the top ones. Some people put this through a salad spinner. you know, like a little salad washer, but mine has really big holes, so it doesn't work for that. The easiest way I've found to do this is to put it in a bowl and, you know, and with the water, or fill up new water or whatever, and then take another bowl with just a regular strainer, right? Because I mean, it's like, it's, you know, they're pretty big. These actually aren't. I must wait another day because usually my I have bigger leaves on them, but it doesn't matter. You go to the point where you can eat them. That's, you know, the main purpose of this. And I do wait a little bit and mix them around and try and get the seeds like either up to the top or down below. I didn't show you that because it's kind of a tedious thing. Just mix them up, you know, really good, and then let them go and let them settle. Because then, see, you get more of the hulls in the bowl. And I do have some in the strainer, but that's not a big deal. It's not like they're super irritating or crunchy, or, you know what I mean. They're just there, you know. So, I mean, pick out what you want, you know, do it your way, figure out a way that works really well for you. And this is probably the worst part, right? This is the hardest part of it all. So then the next last bit of it is get a clean towel, and you want to lay them out on that towel to dry at least for a full day, because you do not want to put them in the fridge when they're wet, because you know what happens, they get moldy, right? Put a paper towel in there. You know, I put them in a container and I put a paper towel in there. You can put a Norwex towel. I've heard that does wonders to save your spinach and all those things. So I bet a little Norwex towel would work great. And just make sure you eat them. don't let them go to waste, because then all your work would be for nothing. But they're great. I make them in wraps. You know, like just ham and cheese and sprout wrap. Put them in salads. That's an easy way. Sandwiches. My son used to want to buy. He would have us buy the alfalfa sprouts. It looks like a grass in a box, you know. And he loved those things. Little did I know how nutritious they were for him. From this beautiful, life-giving plant that we have all over our country to this powerhouse, nutritiously packed, tiny sprout. Alfalfa is not just for livestock, people. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.